watch out for the deer. I mean, they are on the road. Pancake with cream inside, shaped like a little bear. Everyone's so friendly. Good morning from rainy Notsuke Peninsula here in eastern Hokkaido, which is basically a 28-mile long spit that goes out into the Okhotsk Sea. Looks like the rain's going to last all morning today, and then clouds will linger, and tomorrow morning, Sunday morning, it's supposed to be pretty nice. No, not tomorrow. Yeah, I think tomorrow morning, Sunday morning, 22. I don't know what day today is, I'm sorry. Anyway, the wildlife that we have here, it's a bird wetland, so a bird sanctuary. Think of it like, you know, in terms of a bird sanctuary, it's something that you might find in the US. But there's really beautiful, obviously the Ezo kitsune, which is what I love, the foxes, and then Ezo shika, Sitka deer over here, and there are some big bulls. We're, you know, 4x4s. I haven't seen any 5x5 yet, but quite a few 4x4 big bulls. This is Notsuke Peninsula here, driving through the rain, and as we get deeper along the peninsula, there's a section with really beautiful high grass that's really cool. Okhotsk Sea is here on the left, and there's some fishing boats out there this morning, some white-tailed eagles out here, some crows, herons. We'll try to photograph some herons a little later, seagulls, some other small birds that I have no idea where they are. And over here, if you can see the grotesque and horrifically ugly tetra, the concrete jacks that litter the Japanese coastline. I hate them. But today I was able to finally find a way to photograph them, and that's with a fox on top of them. So I'll photograph the tetra if there's a fox. Otherwise, I don't know, man. It's gonna be tough. Anyway, okay, 7-Eleven in the morning, Notsuke Peninsula, rainy morning, but we got foxes earlier, so we're all happy and good. Drinking the water. Drinking the water from the middle of the road. All right, buddy, let us pass. Thank you, sir. What a beautiful animal. You're so pretty. You're so pretty. Enjoy your day. There's a lot of deer there. Yeah, I didn't even see them. Bambi. So I'm at Notsuke Hanto, and I've come to the nature center. We're going to go upstairs and see what kind of animals and birds we might see here. Looking for something to do today because the wind and the rain, especially the rain, is pretty heavy. And I don't want to be at camp right now. Here we go, Notsuke Peninsula Nature Center. Let's go upstairs and see what kind of animals. So it says Nikai Shizen Joho. So nature information. Okay, fox, that's what we've seen a lot. The Kita Kitsune. Want to see more of those, Kita Kitsune. Okay, this is what I would love to see, but we're too early for. This is the stellar sea eagles, the Owashi. So that's a bald eagle there, but they don't have those here. Got the cranes. So 1, 2, 3, so the 4x4. This is a big Ezo shika. Oh, got some seals that come in every now and again, I guess. Okay, oh, look at those lucky glass balls down there. So this says Notsuke Birdland Festival 2024. So I guess there's a lot of birds here. That's what we're looking for. We want to see this guy. We want to see the Fukuro owl. Where is he? Okay, flowers, lots of flowers. Great. More flowers. Okay, so these are the birds that we might see. This is what I'm really interested in. Okay, gull, kite, black kite. I bet that's what it was earlier today, is black kite. Kestrel, common kestrel. That'd be cool to see. Kestrel, white-tailed seagull. So I've seen these. Abashiri, I saw a couple. Rebu and Rashidi, I saw more. I'm hoping we'll be able to see these here. Cormorant, love that bird. Pelagic cormorant, okay. I like that one, I like the great one. Peregrine Falcon. Okay. Hayabusa. So if you like Japanese bikes, the Hayabusa, I think it's the Suzuki Peregrine Falcon. There you go. I'll have to check my Merlin app. Well, look at all the different variety of dragonflies they got. Holy smokes. I didn't even know that many dragonfly around. So, unfortunately, it doesn't look like there's any owls here, at least not regularly. But there are other raptors, the kite, kestrel, harrier, and the Hayabusa. We'll look for that and see if we can find it. But it's going to be fast, I'm sure. I really like these puzzles. Get your samurai helmet puzzle or owl puzzle. That'd be good. Sudo fighting an eagle, or a hawk or something. So on a cold, rainy day, come into the nature center, grab some food at the restaurant, or definitely coffee or hot chocolate. Domo. Everyone's so friendly. Little snowy owl. They don't even have them up here. It's hot. And it's coffee. Day like today, that's pretty much all you need.
As nature photographers, I think it is important to consider more than just the landscape and the wildlife of a place. Merely documenting the location and our time spent somewhere is nothing more than Instagram fodder, a snapshot of a holiday. In order to truly connect with our audience and thereby give our images real meaning, we must also convey the feeling of being there. But how? How then do we communicate both a sense of place and a feeling of experience to someone who may not have been there? This can be especially difficult when photographing somewhere new. At home, the challenge is more about seeing an old place new, seeing with new eyes. While on the road, the challenge is twofold. One, how do we communicate the essence of a place that we hardly know? And two, how do we share our excitement and wonder of a new place without being naive, sentimental, and clicking cliches? In my mind, photography is not just storytelling. It's the gospel of place, of person, of land, and animal. It's the good news that must be shared. A photograph is a record of time, light, and space. A moment of being present. The photograph is the witness of the who, what, when, where, and points to the why. The photographer is the prophet, proclaiming that this moment matters. So how do we go about creating a sense of being in a place, of experiencing the experience to those who were never there? Well, I've thought of 4 ways that we can convey the feeling of being in our nature photography. If you think of others, I'd love to hear them in the comments, so please share your ideas on how we can communicate the feeling of experience in our still images. The first way is an obvious one, and it can be particularly effective in communicating the mood of an experience or place, and that is the weather. Look to communicate ways in which the weather affects the landscape and wildlife of a place. How does the land cope? How do the people of a place deal with the weather? Look to photograph the unique expressions of wildlife within adverse weather like snow, wind, and rain. Animals will often shake out the moisture from their coats, giving us wonderful opportunities to highlight the experience of being there, in it, wet with the animal, cold with the land, warming with the sun. In every landscape, even the ones we know well, there's always something there to surprise us. And if it surprises us as photographers who are out there all the time, then it is sure to surprise a casual viewer. So the second way to communicate the feeling of being there is to photograph the things that surprise you. For instance, here at Notsuke Peninsula, I was shocked by how much fishing gear covers the spit. Some of it in use, and some is obviously just piles and piles of fishermen's garbage. But all of this is interesting. It conveys a strong sense of place, and it is totally surprising to me, as I expected the Notsuke Peninsula to be more of a protected wildlife preserve and not a place where the fishing industry of Japan and Hokkaido locals interact with Hokkaido wildlife. So look for these interactions. Try to surprise your viewer with scenes that may be common to the place, but unique to the imagination. The third way that we can communicate the feeling of being there is to focus on the details of a place. Observe and photograph the patterns that are repeated throughout the landscape. Here in Notsuke, it might be the high grass, or the dirty coastline, or the wetlands and lines of birds feeding or flying overhead. It can be something completely unnatural, but due to the sheer repetitiveness of the thing, it becomes natural to that specific place. Like the unending row after row of the grotesque tetras. In the magnificent landscape of coastal Japan, these concrete blocks are as much a part of the landscape as the ocean that these giant jacks try to mollify. I hate them, but they present a way to show the uniqueness of this place. And if we can photograph them in a beautiful way, then we win. The prophet points to the prophecy. The fourth way and final way that I thought of that we can share the feeling of being is to photograph the predominant features of the landscape in varying light. This means we have to put in the work and go back and back again. Up early, shoot. Stay late, shoot. Look for the same animals, but in different light, at different stages of development, at rest or play. Here at Notsuke, that's the foxes, deer, and birds. See if the animals ever interact. Do the kites fly with eagles or crows? Do the foxes eat mice, birds, or fish? Do the boats ever leave shore and go out to sea? These are things that help us as photographers deepen our relationship with a place. And even after just a short amount of time, our images will show the effort that we put in, the dedication to the craft, our love of the place, and our experience of being there.
Creme Pan. Comes in many shapes and sizes and varieties. This one is the mini choco Creme Pan. Chocolate's my favorite. Custard cream's also quite good. I'm going to have it with my French press coffee with beans from Tsubetsu Coffee in the little village of Tsubetsu in eastern Hokkaido. Then we also have a chocolate croissant as well. All of these are from the fine establishment called Seiko Mart. I think they're open from 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. maybe in the countryside. Maybe in Tokyo they're open 24 hours, but we're going to start with the croissant. The croissant's also very good. Chocolate. Oishii.